Your restaurant doesn't run on recipes. It runs on 1,000 little decisions that live inside your head, and inside, 2 veteran shift leads who could quit next week. Think about what happens the day one of them walks out. Every time you hire someone new, you're starting from scratch, covering shifts yourself, watching food costs creep up because nobody's following the playbook they never had. Here's what that actually costs you. Turnover in restaurants runs 75 to 80% a year. In fast food, it's over 130%. Losing a general manager costs around $17,000 by the time you count recruiting, training, and the mistakes made while the next one gets up to speed. Food waste runs $1,500 to $4,000 a month per location, and 78% of small restaurant owners report severe burnout. Not mild stress, severe burnout. Here's the real cost nobody talks about. You can't open location number 2 when you're the system. In the next 12 minutes, here's what we're going to cover. First, why a binder of procedures nobody reads is not a system, and what actually is. Second, the 5 specific procedures every restaurant needs documented right now, with exactly how to build each one yourself. Third, the kind of help that builds the system and then runs it, so you don't have to. I'm Kevin. I work with Sulum. Everyone tells you to write it all down, document your processes, put it in a binder, train to the binder. Nobody tells you that a binder nobody opens is not a system. Walk into most independent restaurants or franchise locations and ask to see the opening procedure. Somebody points to a laminated sheet on the back of a door. Half the items are crossed out. The other half nobody does anyway because the shift lead knows how it actually works. That's tribal knowledge, and tribal knowledge is the real villain here. It's not your employees. It's not turnover, not your labor costs, not your food cost variance. The root problem is that the operation lives in heads, not in systems. When a head walks out the door, the operation wobbles. 3 to 8%, that's your net margin. In a lot of cases, it's 3 to 5. You're running a machine with almost no room for error, and the machine depends entirely on key people who already have other options. Here's what that means. If a procedure exists only in someone's head, it's not a procedure, it's a risk. The fix isn't writing more documents. The fix is a documented process that somebody else actually runs. That's a different thing. One collects dust, the other removes you from the loop. If you're curious whether a VSA fits your business, the link's in the description. It's just a conversation. The person who fixes this has a name, a VSA. A virtual systems architect. Not a regular virtual assistant, not a bot, something different. Here's the model. You record the task once, just you talking through how you do it, in your words. The VSA takes that recording and turns it into a word-for-word SOP with screenshots, step numbers, and decision points. Then the VSA runs it, every week consistently, the way you'd want it done. A VSA never cooks the food. It doesn't manage the line. What it does is systematize everything around the line. The ordering, the scheduling, the vendor calls, the review responses, the numbers. The stuff that owns your mornings and evenings and should not require you. There's a multi-location restaurant operator, 9 locations, around $15 million in revenue, who ran this way for over a decade. Same VSA team. The systems they built out outlasted the actual business model when the operators sold and pivoted to a new concept. The procedures transferred. The knowledge didn't walk out the door. That's what a documented process that somebody else runs actually looks like. Now let's get into the 5 procedures your restaurant needs. For each one, I'll tell you exactly how to build it yourself. Then I'll tell you the honest thing about who you want running it every week. Every task that must happen before you open and before you lock up needs to live somewhere other than your shift lead's memory. Here's how to build it yourself. Pull up Google Docs or a free tool like Notion. Walk the building once at open and once at close, and speak every step into your phone as you go. Transcribe it. Organize it into a numbered list by area: back of house, front of house, walk-in, register, security. Assign each item to a role and a time. Add a sign-off line. Build time is a long afternoon, maybe 2. 2 people walk through it once to catch anything you missed. Weekly upkeep is about 30 minutes to update items when something changes. The friction point, the shift handoff. Opening and closing are only half the battle. What happens between the lunch shift and the dinner shift? That's where things fall through. You need a third procedure inside this one, the handoff log. Who ran which tasks, what's out of stock, what problems came up. Without it, the dinner crew starts blind. That is doable. The question is whether you want to be the one running it every week. This one directly controls your food cost and your health inspection score. The SOP covers 3 things: temperature checks on every cooler, every prep station, and every hot hold at shift start, first in, first out rotation confirmed on every shelf, and portion and recipe cards pulled and verified for every station before service. Here's how to build it yourself. Use a paper log or a digital form, something like Google Forms on a tablet. List every piece of equipment and every station with its acceptable temperature range. Add a first in, first out confirmation checkbox by section. Attach photos of each station set up correctly so a new hire can see the standard, not just read about it. Build time is 1 day plus photography. Weekly upkeep is about 15 minutes to review logs and flag anything that's been skipped. The friction point is honest. People fudge logs. The check becomes real when someone reviews it consistently and asks questions when a number looks off. Without that review layer, the log is just paper. If what we've been talking about sounds like your situation, there's a link in the description to book a free call with my team. No pitch, we just talk about your business, what's not working, and whether a VSA is actually the right fit. If it's not, we'll tell you that too. That is doable. The question is whether you want to be the one running it every week. Front of house is where your reviews come from. It's also where your best servers develop habits that the rest of your staff never learns because nobody wrote them down. The playbook covers 5 moments: the greeting, the order interaction, the table touch, the complaint response, and the check close. For each moment, define the action, the words, the timing, and the standard. Here's how to build it yourself. Record your best front of house person doing each of these interactions on a slow afternoon. Transcribe what they do naturally. That's your standard. Build a 1-page reference card for each moment. Add a decision tree for complaints, what the server can comp on their own, what goes to a manager, what never goes anywhere without approval. Build time is 2 to 3 afternoons. Upkeep is low, maybe 20 minutes a month, unless you change a policy. The honest friction point, the gap between the standard and actual floor behavior. Someone needs to observe, give feedback, and track it. The procedure gets you 80% of the way there. The observation loop closes it. That is doable. The question is whether you want to be the one running it every week. Labor is your second biggest cost, and it's the one where the waste is invisible.
Ghost shifts. Overtime that shouldn't have happened. Overstaffed Tuesday afternoons. Understaffed Friday nights because the coverage call-out chain doesn't exist. The playbook covers 3 things: building the schedule from your sales forecast, running the call-out escalation when someone doesn't show, and completing the shift handoff log so the next crew isn't guessing. Here's how to build it yourself. Use your point of sale data to pull average covers and revenue by day and hour. Build a minimum staffing model against that data. How many front of house, how many back of house, at what sales levels. Build the schedule template from that model. Then write the call-out chain. First call goes to X. If no answer within 15 minutes, it goes to Y. Write it out. Put it in every manager's phone. Build time is 2 to 3 days, including the gate work. Weekly upkeep is about 2 hours to build the schedule each week and keep the coverage list current. The honest friction point, callouts still land on you when nobody else picks up. The escalation chain doesn't work unless someone owns it and actually works through it. That is doable. The question is whether you want to be the one running it every week. 5 procedures. Each one is buildable. The steps are real. The tools are free or close to it. The question is time. Building these properly takes weeks. Running them every week after that takes hours you probably don't have right now. And if the person running them leaves, you're right back to where you started. That's where a VSA changes the math. A VSA doesn't just document your processes, it runs them. You record the task once, the VSA builds the SOP, handles the weekly execution, and flags you when something's off. It's not a task taker, it's a systems owner. Sulum has placed VSAs across 40+ industries: restaurant operations, back office admin, vendor management, scheduling, the numbers, the work that owns your evenings. Clients who stay past 12 months do so at a 98% rate. That's what happens when the system works. The cost is roughly 60 to 70% of a comparable in-house hire in the US. If you're at the point where you know something has to change, book a call. It's free. You talk to someone on my team, not a bot, not a form. You tell them what's going on in your business. They'll be straight with you about whether a VSA makes sense for where you are right now. If it does, you'll hear what that looks like and what it costs. If it doesn't, you'll know that too, and you're not out anything. The link's in the description. Just book it. And if this was useful, hit subscribe. We put out one of these every week. The restaurant industry runs on thin margins and thinner patience. The operators who get out of the kitchen and into the business are the ones who built a system that runs without them. Start with these 5. That's the whole move. I'll see you in the next one.